Welcome back everyone to today's video. This is going to be your weekend forecast for today and tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday. So just before we get into this, we are going to have another storm watch for you later, as we're expecting some more big gusts of winds up to 50 miles per hour, rain, and we could even see some thunderstorms, what I have seen given out. So let's not do any more talking and let's get into this. So, first of all, we've got very powerful winds wrapping around that low pressure system, what is centred just here at the moment, where I've just circled. Just where you can see the centre, just here is where it is. And it's getting winds wrapping around in most central England, the Midlands, Ireland, seeing very strong gusts of wind up to 45 miles per hour inland and 50 miles per hour on the coast. Northern Scotland has seen some really strong winds swooping by. Meanwhile, the rest of Scotland are quite cut off and quite safe. But England, the Midlands, London, England is looking quite gusty at the moment and quite windy. So at the moment, we're going to see a lot of wind. So it's going to be quite windy. So let's get into the next slide. Okay, so here you can see that low pressure, what has been pushing through the country, just here. As I said, it's just located there at the moment, but it will keep moving throughout the day. As you can see, it is a large area of low pressure, and that's why it's bringing us so much wind and wet weather. So the low pressure's here, high pressure's here and here. So that is going to bring in them cool northwesterlies around the low pressure, and you can see some of it coming from all the way up north here and then coming around and back in. So we are getting some cooler air from the north at the moment, even originating up here by Swabbard. So it is going to be a bit cooler, but nothing cold like we saw in the winter. Nothing like that. It's not going to snow or anything. Just going to be a bit cooler. So let's run this. So as we run it, the low pressure actually strengthens and we get even more powerful winds by this afternoon at 3 o'clock. So this weekend's not looking good at all at the moment, with them winds absolutely powering through, making it even harder to do anything outside. So that is not going to help. And as we carry on, that low pressure just keeps strengthening until it finally gets pushed away by Monday and we're past the weekend. But it's still going to be unsettled there. But we are past the weekend now, so you can see that low pressure just bodging in and causing a lot of unsettled weather. So let's have a look at the diagrams now for London. So here we have the bit of a rise in the temperature where the low pressure was wrapping milder air in. Now we've got that drop where it's dragging the air in from the north instead. So not as good for people who want to go outside. So you can see at the moment, you can see where we are going a bit cooler, just here, where the white line is staying below average for most of the run, but we're just doing this weekend. So for this weekend, it looks rather cool. And if we look at the rain down here, we have that rain spike there, and we have a bit more rain here and a bit more here. So not loads of rain, but definitely enough. Definitely plenty of rain for the flowers. We won't be needing any more really at all. We've had enough lately. So now let's have a look at the rain for the next couple of days. So this would have updated by now. So let's have a look at this. Okay, here we are. So we have got this big area of rain, what has been pushing through, and this is what we're going to be seeing at the moment. This area is going to bring a lot of thunderstorms. You can see the reds getting in there and all of that. So let's move forward a little bit. And as we get into today, we see that rain pushing back in, and here's that area of thunderstorms, what was below the radar, but is now being seen by the Met Office and most weather services, and by me. And it looks like we are going to have some thunderstorms in the country because of that. Now, and tomorrow, hopefully, we're going to get a good Sunday. No, we get that patchy rain still coming in, and then by Monday clears, and then we get them showers back in. Probably going to be thundery and all of that, but that is for the weekend. Finally, I am going to bring you the wind gust speed and the wind direction and speed. So let's look at the wind direction and speed first. Here we are. So as you can see at the moment, them winds are getting wrapped around that high pressure, the low pressure, what are being brung through the high pressure in the low pressure. So we can see some of them winds coming up from north, while we're said and wrapping in. That's why we're going to get a bit cooler, because them winds are wrapping round off the chart there and coming back in from originating all the way up here in Zwabad. So that might be a bit cooler. You see the winds are coming up from everywhere. Some coming up from this direction, some coming up from down here. They're all wrapping in from all sorts of directions, and that's why we're getting all this rain and unsettled weather with all the clashes of different air and all sorts, and that's why we're going to see thunderstorms as well. So as we run this on, does anything happen? So that we will go to today now. So today, here we are. We see the wind speed pick up inland, and the wind speed actually around 20 miles per hour. So that is quite a lot. Because remember, this isn't gusts, this is just normal wind speed, and it does pick up over the land, but nothing too serious, but it's definitely windy out there. So that is done. So now let's have a look at the wind gust speed. Everyone wants to see this to see how bad it's going to get. And we go to today, and today here we are. The wind gust speed's really picking up. Even inland we're getting 40 miles per hour there. On the coast we're getting 47, 48, probably 50. In the east we then get some more. Inland even get some 30, maybe 40, maybe even 45 miles per hour wind gust. And by Monday that all clears. So that is going to be it for today's first video. Thank you everyone for watching. Stay safe with all this wind around, and hopefully it isn't too wet, but I think everyone knows it's going to be. So thank you everyone for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.